Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Camille. I used to have another YouTube channel and it was Pink Baby G. However, I messed up and associated it with the wrong email address, so that's why I am starting over. So some housekeeping. I am not going to be as active on YouTube as I used to be. I am going to be spending much less time here and uploading much less. So hopefully the videos that I do upload are pretty high quality. On this channel I'll be uploading beauty related content, mostly makeup rehab, so if that's what you're interested in, then you are welcome to subscribe. But please don't be disappointed by the fact that I'm not going to be uploading as often as I used to. So today we're going to actually be discussing something pretty important to me, and it's accountability in the beauty community. This is in a collaboration with Leanna from PaleGirlChic and RawPaint Beauty, my friend Maitreyi. So we decided to do a collaboration video about this subject because it has affected us quite a bit based on our personal demographic and stuff like that. So we have three main points that we want to address. The first one is beauty companies. The second one will be influencers or beauty gurus, and finally the beauty community as consumerism. So, or the consumers that are involved with the beauty community. So, are the viewers, consumers, followers, anyone who participates in the beauty community who isn't someone who distributes content in hopes to influence someone into buying something or convincing someone to buy something. So I feel like I fall under that category. I'm not going to try and sell anyone any product. I might do some reviews, but for the most part I am a creative oriented YouTuber. So I just like to generate my own content based on something that I'm interested in and in hopes that other people might get something positive out of it. So the first one that I'm going to address are beauty companies. So there are two bullet points that I want to address directly, and I am going to be looking at my phone, so sorry in advance. So when a company makes a mistake in the beauty community where they might have said something racist or sexist or ageist or homophobic, consumers either have the choice to ignore the behavior or they can address it. So something consumers can do, they can vocalize their frustration with the company by addressing it directly on their page, on their Instagram, Twitter, YouTube account, whatever it is that whatever platform they use the most, I believe they will get the most reaction on. And so what can a company do to apologize or address the issue? I think there are a number of ways that they can actually make changes. So one of the things that they can do is pretty major. They can remove the person who started the problematic behavior altogether, and that can include the owner of the company, in my opinion. So if the owner has said some problematic things, I think the company actually needs to address it, and the people who are in charge of the actual company can remove the owner and rebrand. I'm not going to name names, but I feel like anybody who's really involved with the beauty community can basically put two and two together and figure out what kind of companies I'm referring to. Instead of the person stepping down, they can make a statement that actually addresses the problem and what they're going to do to fix it. And they can also demonstrate how they're actually going to fix their behaviors for the better. So something that is not acceptable is saying sorry through a meme or a half-assed word apology on your Instagram. I think if your main platform is Instagram, then you need to actually address it on Instagram in a way where all of your followers, all of your subscribers, all of your consumers are going to see it. So if they're not going to see it on their Twitter, then that's not the place to actually make your apology. And also don't make excuses by saying a subordinate employee made the post or something. That is not a good enough excuse. You need to actually make something happen in order for us to believe that you are going to correct the behavior. So the next bullet point that I want to address are influencers. So when an influencer makes mistakes, I feel like there are two main components that can be addressed. Viewers can either accept that the person has made a mistake and say, agree to disagree, or they can address the issue and actually say something to the influencer regarding their concerns with their behavior. So how can the influencer apologize for their behavior? That they need to address it on all the major platforms that they use, including Instagram or YouTube. If YouTube is their primary platform, then they need to make a valid apology on YouTube. Putting it on Instagram and then just saying it and passing it on your YouTube channel, by the way, I apologize for that thing that I said, go ahead and check out my Instagram or my Snapchat or my Twitter for more details. No, we use YouTube to see you, and that's where we get the most information out of you. So you need to address the problematic behavior that you did on YouTube. So another thing that an influencer can do to address their issue is actively show that they care about the issue that they messed up on. So if someone said something racist, then they need to continuously remind us that they are no longer racist or that they are trying to correct their behavior. So if they are just ignoring it and not mentioning it in passing, then I don't really feel like the behavior has been corrected. They've been like, I'm sorry I did the thing, but you know, everyone makes mistakes. I'm like, that's true. We all make mistakes. We all have been naive in some point in time, but there are just some behaviors that like even kids don't do. Like they know better than to do that. So I think making excuses by saying I was a dumb kid is just half-assed, and there are way better things that you can say instead of saying I was just a dumb kid. Like you need to let us know why the things that you said were wrong. So when is it time to let go of an influencer, like unfollow, unsubscribe, whatever you need to do? They continue to say problematic stuff that is like similar along the lines of the behavior that they were exhibiting before to become problematic. Like I said before, their apology just sucks, and they just didn't really address what they said, and just maybe they said that they were sorry, but they didn't really say why what they said was problematic in the first place. Maybe showing us that you did some research on the issue and saying, oh, okay, so I did some research on like what I said, and now that I understand the connotations with the words or the phrase or the statement that I said, I realized what I said was kind of messed up, and this is why. And I think that would be so much better. It's just that you actually care about what you said and that you care about your followers and your subscribers. So they could possibly ignore what they said altogether and act like nothing ever happened, and I think that's like one of the worst things that an influencer can do. Or finally saying something along the lines of agreeing to disagree, which basically says like, okay, you and I have different belief systems, so I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing and you can continue doing what you're doing. And while like that might work in some instances, like not thinking that blue eyeshadow looks good on people with brown eyes or something, like that might be something to agree to disagree on, but there are other topics that you don't just agree to disagree with, and you know, that's like anti-Semitism and you know, not dating black people because that's just not who you're into or whatever. That's racist and or anti-Semitic or any just classist. And yeah. So finally, the last point that I want to address is being a consumer in the beauty community. So you make the decision whether or not to support an influencer or a company or a beauty company. Your choice reflects your being okay with the behavior they exhibit. Ignoring the behavior shows that you sort of support them even though you don't necessarily agree with what they said. I think addressing it directly on whosever platform is really important. even if you're just one person, another person is going to see your comment and have the courage to also speak up. And finally, your continued support for a makeup company by purchasing their makeup just supports their values and their views. You're lining their pockets. If we boycott enough in numbers, it will hurt their bottom line. So if you do boycott a company for being problematic, you know, other people are going to follow suit. So I think it is very important to actually, you know, make this your cause and decide not to support someone. So anyway, that about concludes this video. If you're interested in these kinds of videos, you're welcome to subscribe or not. There are plenty of other YouTube fish at sea. So feel free to like or subscribe or move on. And I hope you checked out PaleGirlChic's channel as well as RawPaint Beauty. They are amazing content creators who primarily focus on important issues regarding makeup, especially in the social justice aspect, which I really enjoy. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!